Welcome to episode 23. Now on one hand I'm actually really sad, but on the other I suppose I'm doing okay. And I'm sad because I've been unable to overcome a fundamental problem with the design of RBS3. The basic problem is with getting the balls from the bottom to the top via the chain lift, and that's the anti-gravity part of copper gravity. Now, the problem is threefold. Number one, I've not built any adjustment into the system, so I can't tune the sprocket positions to get them to work properly. Number two, by soldering copper fingers onto the chain, they don't run smoothly around the sprockets. There are these three solder bumps that the sprockets just can't cope with. And number three, because of these solder bumps, the chain falls off around once every 3, 4 or 5 minutes. Once again, I realise that the super small scale that I work in has contributed to these issues. The tracks are only 9mm apart, and the stainless steel balls hardly weigh anything. Now, all this started 7 months ago, back in April, when I fitted the chain. Basically, it wasn't fully finished, and it certainly wasn't fully tested. But I wanted to move on to the fun downhill tracks and, all the nice little elements, and I've left it till now, November, to try to finish it all off. Now, without filming anything, I've tried to fix this in about 6 different ways over the last 10 days, but I can't get it reliable enough for me to be happy to sell. Now, the whole project aim for me was to make a beautiful piece of kinetic art that looked fantastic, but was also good enough to sell. And reliability is a must if I'm going to sell this. I have considered several bad solutions. Number one, stopping the project and moving quietly away from it and on to RBS4. Number two, having yet another chain solution. Remember, this Meccano is already the second design. Number three, removing the chain and making the whole RBS sculpture a manual load. But none of these solutions are solutions that I'm happy with. So after quite a lot of thought, I've come up with an alternative solution. And it's this. I'm going to replace all of the chain system with a helical lift. The benefits of doing this are several. Number one, I've already made 3 of these systems, so I'm confident that I'll get it to work. Number two, the electrics are already installed, the switch is done, the speed controller is there, and the 12-volt DC motor is dying to be used. Number three, the project aim was always to have a fully automated system. And number four, there is actually room to fit one of these, if I take care in squeezing it in. So my plans are as follows. Remove the chain and find a good place to fit a helical lift. Reorientate the motor system so it is operating in a vertical axis instead of a horizontal one. Number three, clear a pathway through the existing tracks to allow room for the new lift. And number four, design and fit the loading and unloading mechanisms that work well with the existing track. Timescales for this extra work is unknown, but I think this will extend the project by 3, 4 or 5 weeks or so, and that's fine. It's been 32 weeks since I started it, so I'm okay with that. That's 15% extra on something that's already 3 times too long anyway, so I'm fine. The extra timescale means I'll definitely not be hitting the Christmas market, which about a month ago I was hoping to do. And that's okay. I love soldering these things. I love troubleshooting my designs. I love filming and editing these little videos. So in a way, nothing really changes. It just becomes about 15% longer, but only if you're counting. I feel I've got to take this 1 step backwards in order to take the 2 steps forwards and reach the goal. I'm really close to the end of this, but I can't get there without replacing the thing that isn't any good. I've got to hit my original goal, my primary goal of having great form and perfect functionality. All this will start in the next episode, so please subscribe. I am nearly at 1,000 and it would give me great joy if I was to get there this week. Anyway, I'll see you in the next episode. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.